And I think it's really important that we understand whether it's football or soccer or basketball or any other sport, head injuries can happen. They can happen to young kids, very young kids, playing junior sports in grammar school. They can happen to high school athletes. My brother John is a basketball coach for 31 years at Fenwick High School. And sometimes things happen that cause injury. And it's very important that our coaches understand that the number one issue for them is to make sure that the health of their athletes, those that they are in charge of, that they're guardians of, the health comes first. And that's exactly what this law will do. It informs our school boards, our parents, our teachers, our coaches, and definitely our student athletes that we have to be careful when it comes to concussion. That when someone suffers a concussion, they just don't run back into the game, that they have to instead make sure that they're medically cleared and that they're okay. And so we have to understand that collisions in sports, sometimes even your head hitting a soccer ball, can cause a difficult situation for a young person in particular. The cause of brain injuries for our young kids and young athletes is a very serious matter indeed. And that's why we want to be proactive here. We want to take action. That's what this bill is all about. And I really want to commend Tom Cross, who is the minority leader in the House, for his leadership on that. He's worked with Kurt Becker, who's here today, and we want to thank Kurt for his commitment. He was with the '85 Bears. We know what they did. They were the Super Bowl champions, and they're always first in our heart. And we're also today with a Hall of Famer who understands how important this is. He's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame very shortly, and that's Richard Dent. And both of these men have played football through grammar school and high school and college, then into the pros, and they excelled at the pros. But they understand that the health of the athletes comes first. We cannot sacrifice that. We can't just throw somebody back into a game because they want to go, even if they may have a serious head injury. So today we're taking steps in that direction. We want every school board in our state to adopt guidelines. We're coming up now with the practice session, summer practice before the football season begins. Not only the Bears are going down to Bourbonnais for their preseason camp, but a lot of high school athletes and others will be practicing for football or soccer, whatever the case might be. This is the time to really take this law and put it into our hearts and to really carry it out.
This is obviously a day we're talking and focusing on football, but as you know, there are other activities at the high school level and below that are just as important and we need to be just as concerned about, and this bill focuses on a broader spectrum than just football. I think that's good. The other thing it does is it creates awareness not just for the student athlete, but for the student athlete's parent, who needs to maybe understand why their child isn't going back into the game right away, and as, of course, coaches.
How you doing? My name is Andre Anthony. I'm actually a senior this year at Hales Franciscan High School, and I'm here to talk about my experience with concussions. When I played youth football for the Dunbar Mighty Men in 8th grade, I remember going to the game. It was 5 minutes in the first quarter left, and the last play I ran was a counter. I remember two things from this game: running that counter play. Then in fourth quarter, I came back to my senses after having a concussion, and I had the ball in my hand, and there I was. I was just shocked. I didn't know what to do. And the importance to know about concussions is that you have to know, as a player and as a coach, you have to know if your teammates have concussion or not, because they can look like they're so normal. They can tell you like, yeah, I'm good, put me back in the game. And you'll never know. No one knew I had a concussion. I didn't even know I had a concussion. I just thought I blacked out for a while and I came back. And like, it's so important because concussions can cause so much damage further on in life if you don't get them checked up. And that's what I learned as a player, because sometimes, like, I could talk about something with my coach and I forget exactly what I was talking about. Like, it's so important. Like, one of my teammates last year, he got a concussion. He was in a game. We're like, you good? You good? He probably played about 5 more extra plays through his concussion. He just keep going and going and going. Nobody knows till we get him on the sideline, look at his eyes, and then it like kind of clear. You can't tell what's happening. So all I want to say is it's very important to know about concussions because they happen all the time. That's it.
Well said.